I'm going to start off with something that's not on the list, though.
Okay.
Oh.
Curveball. We got a little curve. Yeah. We starting with a curve.
Today is October 2nd.
It is.
Yes.
And it's a very special day.
It is.
Yeah. Today, Frank is 2 years sober. 2 years.
Hey.
Way to
How
go,
are you
Frank.
feeling?
I feel good. You know, I can't believe I made it 2 years, especially with this drunk bastard being my best friend. You know, it's wild because, you know, like life is, and y'all know, because y'all know all the stuff that I've went through over the past 2 years.
Right.
You know, curveball after curveball after curveball so many times. I wanted to dive back into that bottle and just forget everything and just go back to being Frank the Tank, the lovable drunk or the infamous drunk or however you looked at him. You know, there was a lot of times that I wanted to go back to that lifestyle. Wanted to go back to being that guy, you know, because like I said, it always seemed like, and this is like personal stuff that I've dealt with inside. It was always like people like Frank the Tank. People didn't like Frank.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always have dealt with that, like that internal battle. Mm-hmm. You know, like I always thought the liquor made me better. You know, come to find out it really didn't. The liquor really screwed up a lot of shit in my life, and you know, it really messed up probably a lot of opportunities and probably screwed up a lot of opportunities and just screwed up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I just feel like when you're in life, you go through stages, and I mean, when you're like you were saying that people like Frank the Tank, they didn't like Frank. The thing is, liquor helps you not give a fuck whether somebody likes you or not.
Right.
Sober is like, well, they don't fucking like me because I'm not drinking.
Right.
I mean, I go through it, and I mean, it's like, you know, I drink, but I'm not the bourbon drinking dude I was before. I'm just beer and Fireball now.
And Fireball's worse than bourbon.
Yeah, but it gets me drunk faster.
I mean,
I can go to bed after that.
What's the difference in drinking Fireball and Jim Beam Fire?
Small bottle, big bottle. That's the difference. Because if I start on the big bottle, I'm not going to be done until I finish that big bottle.
I know. Because you can't start something and not finish it.
Hell no.
You know the funny thing about me is I can start a song and not finish it.
But a bottle? No.
I can start an album. I got an album sitting, waiting to be finished. Haven't finished it.
Yeah.
But a bottle? You put a bottle in front of me? We gonna drink until the bottle's gone.
Yep. That's what it was.
I mean.
But yeah, that's, you can't give a fuck.
And the thing is, you know, you want to know why people like Frank the Tank more than they like Frank? It's 'cause Frank the Tank was way more sociable.
Well, that's true. I mean, you got the.
I mean,
you got the.
Somebody hears from me. If somebody heard from me, they knew I was drunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't hit people up. I don't.
Always got the "What's up, fucker?" text. I'm like, oh fuck, he's on drunk.
So I am horrible. Like, and I'm trying to get better at like checking on friends and letting people know like I actually give a fuck about y'all. You know, I'm sorry I'm antisocial as fuck, but I actually give a fuck about y'all. So I'm working hard at like changing that. It's a work in progress. But the whole journey of being sober is really just the past 2 years. I've really been just getting to know myself again and know who I am as a person.
Right.
You know, because know how to feel. Because before, you know, if I was sad, I drank. If I was happy, I drank. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, here's the fucked up thing that a lot of people don't know. I don't know if I told you this, but when we would do shows and stuff, when I walk in, I'm saying hi to people and what's up to people, but at the same time, it's like, man, I got to sneak over and get a drink because I ain't going to be able to get this fucking day with all these people here. It was an anxiety thing. Like, I could not be around that bigger crowd without starting to drink.
Right. And I have that issue too. Like I have the issue, like I'm weird. I'm an introvert, but I'm an extrovert. Like, I'm an introvert, like, when I'm in the crowd.
Right.
I don't, but you put me on stage, it's a whole, and I got the crowd watching me, it's a whole different, I live for that. I live for being on stage, and I live for being on camera, and I live for trying to entertain people.
Right.
And whether it be with comedy or music or whatever, I live for that shit. But you put me in the crowd, like I can't go to concerts. I don't like going to concerts if I'm not like backstage or, I need backstage passes and shit. So, and Amanda, when she goes to concerts, she wants to be right up front in the pit, and I'm like,
it depends. It depends.
But no, all in all, it feels good to be sober. I'm more focused. I'm more driven than I've probably ever been. Now, if I can just get back in the studio and start writing some music, that would be great. But I'm totally somebody as a creative. I'm totally somebody that goes by inspiration. So whatever I'm inspired to do at that moment, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to force, putting a song out, or writing a song. If I'm inspired to write a song, I'm going to write a song. I'm not going to force something or try and write something in hopes that I can go viral on TikTok or, you know what I'm saying?
Do you ever just go in front of your computer and go through your beats and stuff and try to think if you're wanting to write a song and then you're like, no, it's not inspiring right now?
All the time. Like, I've got a couple beats that I've been trying to come up with stuff too that, I just haven't been able to come up with stuff.
Right.
Like, and then I got a ton of songs that are ideas that are great ideas that I think would be, good songs for me. And I just haven't been inspired to write verses. I don't know. Like, that is one thing, that being sober has changed for me is I'm more inspired to do stuff like this and to create video content and stuff like that than I am to actually get in the studio and write right now. I don't know. Maybe it's something like, see, all my best music, I feel like I wrote hungover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or after. So when you go on a bourbon binge or the bourbon binges that I used to go on, when you go on those, you go after you come off of it, you go into a real bad depression. And after that depression is always when I wrote, like, I feel like I wrote my best songs. I mean, that's when I wrote 50.
Yeah.
Because the way I wrote 50, I came off of a bourbon binge and I'm like, man, if I keep living like this, I ain't gonna see 50.
Right.
So, but I don't know. It is what it is. I'm getting to where I like sober me better. I ain't
gonna lie, I like sober Frank better.
I do too.
I'm not gonna lie. I do miss my buddy though, sometimes.
Find a new friend. Find a new buddy.
Just Drunky, he did. He got my cousin.
That's okay. What kind of advice would you give to somebody who is struggling with alcoholism or addiction?
It's hard to give advice for it because, and here's the thing, you're not going to quit unless you want to quit. That's just the fact of the matter. Until you are at the bottom, like feeling like
dog shit.
I mean, no, it's worse than dog shit.
Rock bottom.
No, it's worse than dog shit. I felt like dog shit plenty of times, and I cracked a bottle. You know what I'm saying? But when the reason I quit is because when I came off of that last bourbon binge, I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being like this. I'm sick of, being around these toxic people. I'm sick of, and I don't mean you.
I knew I wasn't the one.
I'm just, it seemed like all bourbon did was bring toxic shit into my life. And it made me feel, I don't know. I just gotten bad. I'd gotten so bad, and I was so down, and I was so depressed that it was like, I've got to quit. There's I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to die if I don't stop drinking. So that's what it came to for me. So, I mean, the thing is unless you're ready to quit, you're not going to quit. There's nothing I'm going to be able to say to you. There's nothing anybody can say to you to get you to quit. There's not an intervention. There's not nothing.
Yeah.
But, the moment you're ready to quit and you want to quit, the best thing to do is to talk about it, and to, whether that is going to an AA meeting or just talking about it on the internet. Cause that's a lot of what I did was just, whatever I was feeling, my Facebook kind of became like my diary, and whatever I was feeling, I just got it off my chest, sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad, they say you're not supposed to let everybody know in and know what you're going through, but I don't know. I feel like if I wasn't going to go to AA meeting. Yeah. I went to an AA meeting and I left it wanting to drink more than I did before I went in it. So I wasn't going to go to AA meetings. So, and I'm definitely not going to go into a room and tell my problems to strangers. I'd rather tell my problems to my followers and the people that care about me.
Because you might have somebody out there that's been through it and can maybe help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what happened. I had a whole lot of people reach out to me and talk to me and talk me off the ledge numerous times. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it, or how I feel about it, I guess. I don't know.